Yeah. Dear participants, welcome to HORA 2022. Thank you for your contribution to our Congress. If you excuse me, I want to start the session. There are 8 presentations in this session. The maximum duration for each presentation is 15 minutes. All presentations are recorded. It will be broadcast on YouTube after the Congress.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. First presentation here, Abdurrahman Cenadi. Paper title: Machine Learning Based Human Face Recognition for Attendance System.
Yes, sir.
I'm Marin Gillespie, the first.
You can share screen. Here, Cenadi.
Can you see my screen, sir?
Okay. You can start.
So, hello everyone. Thank you for having me. My name is Abdurrahman Cenadi, and my paper title was a machine learning based human face recognition for attendance system. As an introduction, face detection and face recognition falls within the bigger frameworks of our field. In this project, we will be working on recognizing student faces from our data set, having students' IDs, names, and pictures. Using the data as an input method to identify the right picture to the right student. Our general concern is to identify the students once they enter a lecture at a given time. So what is the problem with the manual attendance tracking system? We are all human and we can easily make mistakes when collecting data manually. So students won't always enter the correct data into the attendance spreadsheets. We may face situations in which students come to the teacher asking why they receive less than the hours they have attended. It's also a time consuming process, collecting student names and numbers, verifying them, and processing them into the system is surely a time consuming process, especially when the teacher manages a large number of students. The third problem is the paperwork. Paper sheets aren't cheap anymore and also take up more space and are hard to retrieve when needed. This can be a big hassle for teachers with multiple sections and a lot of students. So the sole purpose of this project is the development and implementation of a facial recognition program to detect, recognize, and capture the face of the student and store the student's name, ID, and a timestamp of the captured face to an Excel or a CSV document using a deep learning technique. So the structure of our project looks something like this. We have 3 main functions. The first one is the capture. Then we have the train, and the third one is the recognize. The first function we have is the capture one. The first thing, it will collect the ID and the name of the student. Then it will start capturing up to 50 images for the student and store it to the training image folder. Also, the name and the ID will be stored to a CSV file called student details. Later on, these details will be used at the train function. The train will get the images from the folder. It will convert it using the algorithm we are using, and then it will train it. So now the system is able to recognize the student. It will find face in an image. Then it will analyze the facial features. Then it will compare it against the known faces of the data set. It will make a prediction, and then the system is capable of recording an attendance. The recognize function looks something like this. At the left part, you can see that the camera have detected and recognized the face. If the percentage of the accuracy is more than 70%, now it will be saved to the attendance recording sheet. We have used 2 main algorithms. The first one is the local binary patterns histogram. The second one is the Haar Cascade. And at the local binary patterns histogram, the algorithm is a face recognition algorithm based on a local binary operator designed to recognize both the side and the front face of a human. The flow chart of it looks something like this. At the start, the input of the face image, then it will divide the face image into blocks. These blocks will be calculated. It will calculate histograms for each block. Then the algorithm will combine histograms into single histogram. After that, we have a face image processed, and we'll have our recognition result. The second algorithm we have is the Haar Cascade. It is an object detection algorithm used to identify faces in an image or a real-time video. The algorithm uses edge or line detection features proposed by Viola and Jones in their research paper called Rapid Object Detection Using a Boosted Cascade of Symbol Features, published in 2001. The algorithm is given a lot of positive images consisting of faces and a lot of negative images not consisting of any faces. The result we obtained at our project at 0-degree angle, the front view of a face, the detection rate was 95%, and the recognition rate was between 80 to 85%. For a 20-degree angle, the detection rate decreased to 85 to 90%, and the recognition rate now is 70 to 80%. And of course, at 90-degree angle, we couldn't obtain any results. So our detection and recognition rate both were 0%. So at the conclusion, before the development of this project, there are many loopholes in the previous method while taking attendance using old method, which caused many troubles to most of the institutions. Therefore, the facial recognition feature method is reliable and available for use. It saves time and a lot of effort, especially if it is a lecture with a huge number of students. For the future work, the security of the system can be improved by implementing an admin login. Another algorithms could be used to achieve maybe a higher accuracy. And also a user interface could be designed so the system will be easier to use. Thank you. That was my presentation. I'll be glad to answer any questions if you have.
Thank you for presentation. Is there any question? Okay. Next presentation, dear Ahmet Jamal. Dear doctor.
Yes, doctor.
You have two presentations.
Yeah.
Okay. You can share screen, okay.
Hello, everyone. I hope you are very well. At first, I'd like to introduce myself. My name is Sam Abdi Jabbar. I'm going to present my my paper under title A Review of Wireless Sensor Network. This is the outline of this paper presentation: abstract, introduction, characteristics, and challenges. For the abstract, in the current century, several innovations have appeared, and remote sensing organizations are considered among the most important of these innovations due to the good qualities. For the introduction, WSN networks consist of independent sensors used for various purposes such as temperature, sound, and vibration, and have several applications including traffic monitoring, electrical device, and others. There are several challenges facing WSN networks, including capacity, energy, and center processing unit. For the capacity, WSN networks require a high capacity device to store the data, and this means that there is a high cost. The energy in the WSN networks need batteries to supply them with power, and this needs to be replaced continuously, and this is annoying. For the central processing unit, this networks need a central processing unit to analyze the data, and this means that there is a congestion of data reaching to this unit, and thus leads to overhead. The characteristic of the WSN have several characteristics, including limited processing and storage, and limited energy source than self deployment. Thank you very much. A question?
Thank you for presentation. You can continue next presentation.
Assalamu alaikum. Assalamu alaikum, doctor. Hello. Hello.
Hello, Dr. Ahmed. You can continue.
Yes, actually, the first paper presented the second author, and this is the new paper I will present. Is it okay for you? Can you accept to share my screen?
Okay.
Okay. The title is Wireless Sensor Network Application Based on Image Compression Using Haar Wavelet Transform. It's presented by Ahmed Jamal. Actually, the introduction, wireless sensor network is required the revolutionary lossy compression compression approach known as adaptive Haar Wavelet transform theory due to the limited energy storage capacity of sensor. Battery life may be extended by reducing data transfer, by minimizing the amount of energy needed to convey a picture in wireless sensor. This study is intended for a longer sensor lifespan by reducing the amount of visual information that is lost while compression image. The purposed method, it is possible to reduce a battery or work. A battery quality of compression utilities the hybrid Haar Wavelet transform, which work on the parameters, compression ratio, and quality. The adaptive Haar Wavelet transform is used to improve the compression ratio while the multi-scalarics theory is used to improve the compression quality, both of which are used to enhance compression picture impacted by low contrast. Our work is have a multi-step. So first step, we get an image from database and read it. Second step is to convert the image from the color to grayscale. If the image is grayscale, so we skip this step. Step number 3, the picture may be compressed using adaptive lossless transform using Haar Wavelet transform. Step number 4, in order to restore the original shape of the picture, decompress it, then the picture should be converted to color and we can read it or get the final image. The conception of energy in the second step. In the second step, we get also lots of steps. Step number 1, the size for each image is calculated. For one image, the required conception of power is calculated. Step number 3, the stage 1 will be applied to the image after compression. Step number 4, compute the size of each picture after it's being compressed. Step number 5, compute the energy used by the single picture during transfer. And this is the flowchart. As we take the details, we get the input image from the database, then we checked if it's a grayscale, then we pass or skip this step to the step number 4, or if it's a color, we should be converted. After that, we get the picture is compressed after we transfer it through the WSN, then we convert it to RGB and we take the output image. The energy consumption, this is the important things in wireless sensor network area, because we have a limit battery in each sensor, and this sensor and wireless sensor network, we cannot rechargeable. So without the wireless sensor network capacity to absorb energy, and this project is primary goal, the contribute would be through it. The energy consumption that will be appear in the results section has been computed. Sensor nodes with rechargeable nickel metal hybrid batteries are used in the work. So we take here some example for the current we needed to transfer the image, and here also the equation the general equation we use to calculate how many energy in joules we use by each image. This is our result we take from the database of image, and we have here the size of image before compression and after compression. Here we show how much we can decrease the size of each image in our work. This is also for each image we transferred, we can see how much we compress it. Thank you for listening. If any question, I'm ready.
Thank you for presentation.
Thank you very much.
Is there any question? Thanks again. Next presentation. You are welcome. Next presentation, dear Sharifuddin Siddiq.
Yes, sir. I'm here.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
You can share screen.
Okay, sir. Can you see the slide?
Yeah, you can start.
Assalamu alaikum. Hello, everybody. Good morning. Hope you are all fine. I am Sharifuddin Siddiq from Southeast University. I am so happy to get a chance to present my research paper in HORA 2022 4th International Congress on Human-Computer Interaction, Optimization, and Robotic Application Conference. Welcome to our presentation. The title of our research paper is Headhunting System Using Blockchain Technology. My co-authors are Md Rahman and Md Aftabuddin. Here is the overview section. The part of the overview section are introduction, objective, literature review, methodology, proposed framework, implementation process, future work and revision, and the last one is conclusion. Introduction. There are many job marketplaces to search for or hire potential employees, but most of the job marketplaces are not secure and authentic, and there is no reliable information regarding the employee's previous employment. Employees that are registering in the market have no security. Organizations can easily find the employee's profile in their organization in the marketplace. We are building into a platform for communication between employees and employers. Employees and employers can both register using our technology. Our technology allows both employees and employers to register. One can easily hire an employee with proper identification and more security. The next one is objective. There are 3 parts in objective. The first one is to create a human resource management using blockchain technology. The second one is the employee's information is kept hidden during the primary conversation for headhunting. And the last one is to create a feedback system where employees can rate and give their feedback to employees. Literature review. Blockchain technologies are a type of digitalization that combines encryption, communication, and compensation techniques to make it simpler to verify, execute, and transfer data amongst participants. The boundaries between personal and business communication are a crucial issue most organizations face. The use of unsecured and unsafe applications in workplaces poses infinite security risks. Companies are not completely aware of the applications used on their employees' devices. When it comes critical business communication involving exchanging trade secrets, making business referrals, and strategic business decisions, protecting messages and shared files becomes challenging. Professionals from various companies, organizations, and people who have past work experience but are presently jobless or retired can join this network by completing an employee profile. Other employees' timeline can be viewed and feedback and rating can be given while keeping one's own profile covered up to a certain extent. Employees may use the timeline to share their ideas and achievements as well as connect with one another and read their profiles. Methodology. We name this method headhunting system using blockchain technology. The network will function on the private blockchain and system will be built on blockchain technology. The system will be decentralized and safe in terms of cryptography. We have shown how the headhunting recruitment procedure can be further developed and more secure using blockchain medium. Top management employees face many challenges to protect their identity when it comes to challenging jobs. To solve this problem, we use blockchain technology. The concept of a decentralized system reduces dishonesty in the blockchain-based recruiting management system. Our proposed framework. This network is open to employees from a variety of companies, associations, and the people with previous work experience who are currently unemployed. The architectural overview of our suggested system is depicted in the following figure. Our suggested system is depicted in the following images. The following diagram gives a general idea of our recruitment management system. Here is the blockchain-based recruitment system management system diagram. This is blockchain-based recruitment management system. Here we have shown how the blockchain-based recruitment system will work. Here we want to show how users can do registration and as well as create their profile and then in process how they will communicate each other. And the next one is blockchain-based feedback system. Here we have shown how our whole feedback system works. And the last one is blockchain-based human resource management system. Here we have shown a short process of how blockchain blocks are works step by step. Implementation and process in project. In the case of implementation, we completed the work of chatting and providing feedbacks using the Ethereum Solidarity languages. Ethereum is based on a distributed ledger technology. It is decentralized because no single entity controls or manages the network. Solidity is a statically typed programming language that is used to create smart contracts that operate on the Ethereum virtual machine. Solidity smart contracts are instructs that are subsequently compiled into bytecode for the EVM. As previously stated, nodes in the Ethereum network run EVM instance that allow them to agree on the execution of the same set of instructions. Here is the screenshot of the implementation process provided below. This is the screenshot of our code. We have shown here how our codes work in the system. Future work and limitation. In the future, one can use this research paper to investigate increasing job search opportunities for freshers. This model is based on current employees. Future research can be done, including the recruitment for freshers. In this model, only employees from the current organization can give feedback and ratings. Research can be done if giving feedback, including previous former organizations' employees. And the last one is conclusion. During this article, we have shown how the headhunting recruitment procedure can be further developed and more secured using the blockchain medium. Top management of employees face many challenges to protect their identity when it comes to challenging jobs. To solve this problem, we use blockchain technology. Recruiters may be used blockchain receive authenticated data for their job postings. The concept of our decentralized system should be reduced to dishonesty in the blockchain-based recruiting management system. As a result, as compared to a traditional recruitment management system, a blockchain-based recruitment management system provides data that is verifiable, reliable, and protected. On the other hand, user of the system can use Hyperledger Fabric Network, a private blockchain, to design and test recruitment management solution. This will ensure more safety and security for all. Our future research will focus on creating full-fledged real-time application, which will after come with authentication and interactive reporting and system learning. Here is some link of our reference paper. That's all for the moment. Thank you so much all. Have a nice day.
Thank you for presentation. Is there any question? The next presentation, dear Muhammed Ahmet Talap. Dear Talap. Is not online. Okay. Dear Ali Saadun Ahmet.
Yes, Doctor,
Okay.
I'm ready.
You can start.
Okay. You can see presentation, Doctor?
Yeah.
It's okay. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Hello, everyone, and very good morning. I will introduce myself. I'm Ali Saadun Ahmad from Iraq. Master student under Information Technology Department in Altenbusch University. I will explain my scientific paper title Channel Estimation Using LS and MMSE Channel Estimation Techniques for MIMO or FDM systems. Next slide. Okay. Outline. Number one, introduction and objectives of this paper. Methodology and results. Finally, conclusion. I will be start to clear system or FDM and MIMO. Okay. Introduction. OFDM is a type of signal modulation that sparks a high data rate modulation stream into NIMOS slowly model. Close speed subtract each of which has different data rate modulation stream. It become less sensitive of to frequency selective finding a result of this. And the MIMO system input multiply output system. Sorry, multiply input multiply output system are particle environments that can be used to meet the ground demand for remote communication and fast data transfer to predict the transmission and gathering of data between radio wires. Various procedure for channel assignment can be used. Okay, next slide. System existent. This figure will be clear. The system existent will be begin in binary stream and binary stream. This figure clear the system, okay, for extended in this method. Next slide. Sorry, I'll be zoom. Okay. Objective. The main objective of this paper is to focus on pilot assistant block type training simple and methodology. The methodology I will be used this algorithm 2 steps show in this figures, okay, frequency, pilot sub current and data sub current. This figure clear in ODFM and this type. Okay. This figure show the pilot instruction in ODFM can be either block type or comp type. And I think comp type is appropriate for the double selective. Okay, you can in this figure 1, you can use double selective channel. Well, block type and for frequency selective channel. This figure means that we perform the inverse fast for transmission. Okay, in the vertical direction and then send the data horizontal. The signal is more accessibly in the transmissions direct frequency domain. The transmit it must be covered to be discrete time domain. To reduce the mathematical operation used to calculate DFT and IDFT, one used the fast force transform algorithm FT and IFFT. Next slide, you can see this results. Okay, figure 3, this proposed algorithm, and this proposed figure 1, you can image transmit, okay, by using MATLAB. Okay, and figure 3, receive picture. Okay, this figure I will be clear before received image. So okay, you can determine and array this picture, and this picture, okay, you can see the result for QPSK received picture. Next slide. I'll be declare this picture, okay, a received picture without estimation of the channel. This picture you without estimation of this channel, okay, because more bits per sample are products than in PPSK and QPSK. The received image is significantly more corrupt than the PPSK and QPSK received image. Figure 5, this figure show an example of send and receive image great using 64 QAM and OFDM technique. On the left, the 64 QAM constellation diagram and the transmission image with a pixel size. This is important. Note, this is important note, a pixel size of 1024 by 768. Okay, pixels are shown in details. Next slide. This picture, you can clear PER and SNR compression for integrate value. Okay. And next slide, results. This picture or this slide, you can clear for an OFDM system with MMSE, LSE, simulator, paste, received, SNR, VS, MES, plot. Okay. What is this? This is a method of simulator in MATLAB. Okay, you can be used compare between the system used system 1 no SNR and system 2 MMSE. Okay, and you can this results and different results for two systems. Conclusion: we test different design like PPSK, QPSK, 16 QAM, and so forth. The info type we use in the host number and picture input instead of testing host number stored information. We consider the picture contribution to improve the data and the capacity to acknowledge. More complex information type like sound and video could be upgraded to this framework in the features to make it even better. You can use this feature works. It's okay. In this paper, discuss a channel estimation technique that is based on payload, add block type, training sample, and used the LS and MMSE algorithm to estimate the channels. Thank you for listening, and any questions?
Thank you for presentation.
Okay, thank you for listening. I really appreciate your cooperation with me. Thank you.
Thanks. Is there any question? Next
Any question,
presentation.
bro? Any questions here?
No question.
Okay, thank you so much. Goodbye.
Thanks again. Next presentation, dear Faris.
Yes, Doctor.
You can start.
Yeah. Hello, everyone. The title of my paper, a combined method for object detection under rank conditions using deep learning. Introduction. The process of objects detection using deep learning is one of the most important applications of deep learning and computer vision techniques, as where one can learn image features in normal weather conditions and different rain conditions. Deep CNN has become more important for object detection. Effect rain on the image detection or object detection. Rain is common and major factor in degrading image quality and increasing object detection reliability. and the small object size and external influences in the real world on object location, it's difficult to distinguish object under the rain. The main aim of this work is to remove rain streaks to get high reliability in detection process and increase the error rate in normal conditions and different rain. Methodology. Our method, deraining plus object detection. The input represents image contains stored image contains rain streaks, and pre-processing remove rain streaks and using deep data network. Next step, object detection and recognition using YOLO version 3 and data analysis, and the output we get image high quality and object detection with high accuracy. Deraining. In the process of removing rain used in object detection, we need a method that preserves the quality of image. I used the method called deep data network. This figure represents a framework, input and discomposition and data layer, parameters layer, negative residual, negative select rain without any feature. A data layer select all features without rain, and output we get image high quality. Deraining, the result of deraining algorithm on rainy image dataset and the result of rainy image on the YTV dataset. Okay. Deraining and object detection. The image sample from rainy image dataset should show improvement in the detection right after rain removal algorithm applied. Before removing rain and after removing rain, we note difference between before rain and after rain conditions. Result. The values of the evaluation results for the performance of object detection algorithm on rainy image 2 dataset, on rainy image and YTVOS dataset. We shows the values our method high from YOLO version 3 and YOLO time before deraining. Okay, conclusion. This is model based on deep learning and rain removal in images to increase reliability of object detection and reduce the rate of false under rain conditions. According to the findings, the combined method deraining plus YOLO version 3 showed the best performance to detect objects and with the safety camera applications. This work mainly deals with detecting objects in rain conditions. The type limited to a great extent. The method is based on the training of algorithm to detecting the objects be detect. So classifying training objects is very critical in this method. The training of classification provides extra objects types for detection and recognition. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Dr.
Thank you for presentation. Is there any question? Next presentation, dear Fatma.
مرحبا دكتور.
Merhaba.
Can you see my presentation?
Yeah.
Yes. Hello, everyone. My name is Fatma Adawati. Our paper is titled Creating One-Time Virtual Encrypted Identification Number at the ATM. Introduction. The discovery of ATMs is an important step in the development of banking transactions. Through it, the customers can conduct various banking transactions without the need to visit the banks. Withdrawals, deposits, and bank transfer become easier and more flexible with this development. Because of the importance of this device as it is linked to customer account. We present our proposal in this research creating two-factor authentication method to prevent hackers from gaining access to customer accounts. What's ATMs? It's computerized machines that provides banking transactions, withdrawals, deposits, fund transfers, and balance inquiries. It works 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. The machine provides services. The machine provides services without fees, and it's very easy to use it. Objectives of the study. This study is on the ATM vulnerability and security issue to protect customer account from hacker attack. And provide an easy to use and inexpensive method that does not require adding devices to the automated teller machine and provides more security to them. Proposal method. After the customer inserts the ATM card into the card reader board, the machine's rule comes in generating a random number that appears on the display screen. The customer performs a comparison between the PIN code in the database with the random number without entering the PIN code into the ATM. The customer uses the 7-segment encoding method to enter the comparison results to the ATM. The card reader reads the card data and sends it to the host processor. And the host processor communicates with the mine processor to provide the host processor with the card information and personal identification number for the customer. The host processor receives the data entered by the customers and the process of comparison is made between the customer's personal identification number and the random number. Generated by the machines inside the ATM. The encrypted number received from the customer is two numbers are matched. The customer is operation and he desires in the events of the measurement between two numbers, a new random number. Enter the correct number, after which the system is closed and no access to the system is allowed. Conclusion. The one-time password is one of the two-factor authentication methods that gives strength and reliability to the client and limits the possibility of attacks because it is renewable and changing at every entry. In our proposal, we adopted the idea of a one-time password by generating a random number in each ATM card authentication processes. Encryption increases the strength of authentication and prevents the attacker from being able to track the number goes at our style it by one of the known theft methods. Some of the gaps in some studies and benefiting from them. In introduction, the idea of two-factor authentication and linking it to encryption that depends on 7-segment display. Thank you for your attention.
Thank you for presentation. Is there any question? Okay. All presentation are completed. Thank you for your contribution. Is there any question about Congress? Okay. Dear Talap, not online. Okay. Okay. Thanks again. See you.